Hi loves, welcome back to our channel. This is Jerry, and for today's video I'm going to be unboxing a PlayStation Pro controller for my twin sister Kitty's PS5. This is the Esports Rival Controller 2 by HexGaming. Let's go ahead and get into the unboxing and I'll tell you more about it. So HexGaming reached out to us and asked if we would like to review one of their new controllers, and we agreed because we thought that this was something you guys would really love to see. We chose Cherry Blossoms Pink because, as you know, on this channel we love everything pink, and we know you guys do too, so we thought this would be the perfect one for you guys to take a look at. Alright, now let's go ahead and see what accessories are in the box. It looks like it comes with a 6-month warranty. It tells you here how to get the warranty. It comes with a quick start guide, which we'll be using in a little while because I'm gonna show you guys how to start it up and how to map the custom buttons on here. So I'm gonna put that aside and we'll look at that later. And then I believe the extra thumbsticks should be in here. And here are the extra thumbsticks, and I really appreciate that they come in their own little case. I think that's really neat. So, like I said, we chose Cherry Blossoms Pink, and this is the pink that it is. It's like a muted, soft pink, and I think it's really beautiful. And the rest of it is white, so it's mostly white with Cherry Blossoms Pink accents. This is the back triggers, and the thumbsticks are white, which I think is really cute. There aren't any prints on the buttons, but that's perfectly fine because if you're used to using your controller, you've already have that all memorized, and I think it gives like a really sleek look to it. The back R1, R2, L1, and L2 are engraved on there though, and there are some engravings on the back. This would be X1 and X2. Okay, so this controller is going to be more of a pro or elite type controller than the standard PlayStation 5 controller, which is this one. There are a few characteristics about this controller that I want to go over with you guys that to me make it special and make it more like pro or elite than this standard controller. The first of those is the ergonomic buttons here in the back, which are the mappable buttons. And if you're not familiar with these type of buttons, because they're not here on the standard, they're like extra buttons that you can map out and use however you'd like, and they're very ergonomic. So if you had the controller in your hand like this, the buttons sit right on the middle fingers and they're very easy to click. It's very comfortable and very easy. Like that's exactly where your fingers would sit. And you can map these out to be anything that you want, and they're super short and a lot easier to click than clicking the triggers or having to click certain buttons. And I believe you can map these to just about any button that's on the controller. And I'm going to be showing you guys how to map those buttons in a minute once I'm done telling you guys all about the different characteristics. The next thing that I want to talk about is the enhanced precision that is offered with the interchangeable thumbsticks. It's just like the Xbox Elite controller where it comes with extra thumbsticks and you can switch them out. I believe I showed you guys the box. This is the little box and the thumbsticks. It comes with 3 sets or 6 thumbsticks in total, and these should just pop off. I'm going to check the instructions to make sure that I'm doing it correctly, but if they're like the Elite, they just pop off and then you'd pop on the new ones. And if you're wondering, well, why would you want to attach new or different thumbsticks? There are a few different reasons. One is for the height. These are going to be the shortest ones. They'll have a medium height and also this one here, the longer height. And that is for comfort. Like for me, I prefer the shorter ones, but I know that my husband, he has bigger hands and it's more comfortable to have the taller ones for him. His fingers reach out higher like this. And also because there are different advantages to the taller or shorter thumbsticks. With the higher ones, you have a quicker movement and more range. So that's one thing to consider. And then there's also the shape. These are concave, meaning they're kind of like, I don't know how to really explain it, but they're kind of like caved in. And then I'm gonna open this box to show you the other ones. So there's those concave kind versus this kind, which is more of a dome, the opposite shape. So you can decide for yourself. I would really encourage you to try them. Oops, I would really encourage you to try them and figure out for yourself whether the concave or the domey is more comfortable and ergonomic for you and for your style of gaming. Personally, I prefer the concave with the little grippies inside. So yeah, these differ by texture and by height. And so it's up to you to decide what is best for your game as far as those options. So I'm looking at the instructions here, and it's exactly like I thought. You should be able to just pull them out and press in the new ones. So here's the examples so you can see what kind came in here. So let's go ahead and try it. Let's see how easy this is. We should be able to just grab it and pull up. Yeah, that was super easy. So we can go ahead and swap that out for maybe the taller ones. And that goes in there really easily. I wasn't even sure if it was in there, but it was. Like, that was how easy it was to put in. So you want to look in there and look at the little white little parts like that and make sure you're sticking them in there. And there you go. It's that easy. And now you have the higher thumbsticks on. And I did one concave and one dome so that you can see the difference. You can even play with one dome and one concave, like test them both out and see what you like better. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the hair triggers in the back that allow for ultra fast responses. They've optimized these triggers in the back to be a lot shorter than the stock version, as you can see from the side here, so that there's less of a distance between the trigger and the actual device, meaning that you can press a lot faster and easily, whereas with this one there's a lot more space. So as you can see, you have to pull down quite far and it's going to take a lot longer time compared to this one here. Same with the top trigger. And they've actually taken off a few millimeters from both. From this trigger, they've taken off about 5 millimeters. There was a 7 millimeter difference. There is a 7 millimeter difference from here to here in the stock. And in this Pro version, there's only a 2 millimeter difference. And with the top trigger, there was a 1.2 millimeter difference, and now there's only a 0.5 millimeter difference. So that is a very big difference. I feel like that's going to make a big difference in gaming, like in shooting, racing games, anything where you're using your triggers. These are hair triggers, super fast response time. So that is a big upgrade if you ask me. Alright, so now that we've gone over most of the major points with you guys, let's go ahead and try connecting it to the PS5. Okay, so I already went ahead and charged the controller a little. All I had to do was connect it to the PlayStation 5, and I went ahead and used the cord that came with her PlayStation 5 to charge her original controller, and it worked for this one. And then all I had to do was turn it on by using this button here, the HexGaming icon button. It works similarly to the PlayStation button on the original controller. And yeah, that's all it took to pair it. I just had to connect it and it charged and paired. So I'm going to go ahead and click on her profile. And now that it's connected, I can go ahead and show you guys how to map out these buttons in the back. It has button mapping, so you can pick out what you want any of the buttons to do. But right now, I only want to change the mapping on these buttons in the back. Alright, so I have the rear button setup instructions right here, and I'm just going to be reading them off while we set up these rear buttons. So like I said, the buttons that I want to set up are these two rear buttons, and what we need to do first is set it in the mode for the reset mode. And to do that, we're going to hold this button down for 3 seconds, and then we'll see a red indicator light turn on here. So I'm going to do that now. And now the red indicator light turned on, which means that we're in the editing settings. So the way that you're going to map these buttons is by holding down the button that you want to map with the button that you want to remap it to. So if I wanted it to be X, I would hold down X and this one at the same time. But I want it to be this trigger, so I'm going to hold down R2 and this trigger at the same time until I see this light flash 3 times. Okay, it's a little hard to see, but I saw the light here. And now that you've done that, you want to exit the settings mode. So we're going to hold this for another 3 seconds until we see the light turn off. Now that the light has turned off, we have officially set the settings up. So I'm going to go ahead and set L2 to this back trigger, and then we'll test and make sure that we did it correctly. So we're going to have to turn it back on. The red indicator light is on, and now we're going to hold these 2 buttons down until it flashes 3 times. Just like that. And now we turn it off. We're going to hold this for 3 seconds. And now we're done. So now we've mapped both buttons. I think that was really easy. You do have to turn off like exit and enter settings for each button. But it was very quick and very easy. I think that was nice. So now we're going to go ahead and test and make sure that we did map them out correctly. Alright, so I just loaded up Diablo, which is the only game that I had here with my sisters. So we're going to load up Diablo and see if we loaded this correctly. Now we have to get to a point where we'll be able to use the trigger button. So I'm just going to hit continue on the game she was playing because I don't really know how to play this game, but I'm pretty sure she has some weapons in here, and you'll usually use the triggers for weapons. So let's hope that works out. Alright, let's see. So I just hit this one with my middle finger, and that worked. And I don't know if her left trigger did anything, but I know that the right trigger is working. No, so it turns out her left trigger didn't do anything, so we can't really test that here. But we did test the right trigger is working. So I can say we successfully mapped it, and that was really easy. So I am happy about that. Cool. Alright, so at the end of the day, I do think that that was really easy to do. It was super easy to map the buttons out. And it's really convenient because you can customize these buttons to your own gaming style and to optimize whichever way you prefer to game, and it'd be really fun to play around with them and figure out what's the best style for you. And like I said, it's not just these buttons that you can map, you can change the mapping on all of the buttons on the controller. So I think that's really cool. It's just that these are really interesting and really new, and I think that's one of the big selling points on this controller because it's a lot faster and it's a lot more ergonomic than using the back buttons. And it's not something that comes on the original controller. Alright, I think that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, let us know in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this one, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you guys so much. See you in the next one. Kitty and Jerry.